Shantae C checking in with a brand spanking new 10 things. I'm chilling with my homegirl.
Mia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're here back in the building. We're going to get into some of this hot celebrity tea tonight.
Oh,
And for sure, some things.
yes.
But first, we are going to start out with shouting out our business of the week.
And who we got, girl?
We have Everything 365. So
If you are looking for somebody who's going to print your shirts, that's going to print all the amazing things that you want to brand yourself, to just have something cute, something new, something spicy.
shirts, signs, cups,
All the
anything you
things.
need, all popping in 3D.
Hit up our guy Mafia, and he is on the south side of town in College Park.
Yes,
So make sure
4805 Old National.
4805 Old National. So make sure you hit our boy up so that you can get them fresh teas, y'all.
Everything 365.
Yes. So what we got going on in celebrity news tonight?
All right, well, so first of all, it has been a hot mess on the internet.
Hot.com.
Hot.com. So, and this bothers me.
Okay.
When moms, whether it's celebrity moms or any mom, get on the internet and them and their kid are going back and forth. But NBA YoungBoy, he had an interview and, you know, he spoke about
his mom.
His mom. He loves his mom, but he got to love her from afar.
Well,
okay?
There's some people you got to love afar.
For whatever, you know, you could tell it was a bunch of childhood trauma and things that they should probably hash out professionally.
Oh.
And the mom decided, you know, I mean, that's your child, you know? The mom decided to come on the internet and retaliate.
Why is she retaliating against her son, girl?
Yeah, and say, yell and scream, and don't keep my name out your mouth, and all these things, and start calling him a deadbeat dad, which we all know he got lots of kids, lots of different women, and lots of kids, okay? But
it's just really an unfortunate situation that things like this happen because, you know, your parents are supposed to be there for you. They're supposed to nurture you, help you, teach you, not go off on you on the internet.
Right. Yeah, and you could see that, you know, I mean, he's a young guy and he's hurting from whatever they've been through.
Unresolved hurt is a mess.
Yeah. So hopefully they could get it together.
Yep.
You know, and you know how the internet is. It takes sides. And I'm like, listen, this is childhood stuff. This needs professional help, not the internet.
That part.
So
we're going to pray for them. And hope.
Yeah, we're going to pray for them because that's a mess.
So what else is going on?
So Don Toliver, did I say it right?
Yeah.
So
Dave Toliver. No, it might be Don.
Yeah.
Is it Don or Dave? Okay, well.
I believe it is.
Well, anyway, what did he do?
Well, so he had a concert on Tuesday in Houston, Texas, and packed the house, of course. Now you got me thinking, is it Oliver?
Oh my God.
We don't have our producer here. But his show, somebody tried to smuggle a gun into the arena, and so they had to stop the show early.
Oh no.
They said it was close to around the end, and you know, people was pretty upset because they told everybody stay in your seats and we'll continue the show. But then later, after everybody waited, they said the show was over.
That just sucks because he's still kind of new coming out, and like that's just not the vibe that you want to get when people are coming to see you. So it's just
Thank you, Robin. Robin said it's Don.
It's my bad.
I just know Tyler.
Oh my God. So yeah. Hopefully that situation won't continue to go down in that manner. But hopefully the concert was good outside of that.
Yeah, it just sucks because, You know, we all know concerts these days
Are expensive.
are expensive. So you want to see the show all the way through.
All the way
I want to
through.
see it all the way through. And then I want you to come back out and give me another surprise.
Give me an encore, baby. Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
Yeah. Yes. Speaking of, we talked about it. We got Cash Money rolling through the A, September 18th.
Yep.
Cash Money with No Limit and all the crew
people.
and all the people. We got Usher and Chris Brown running around tearing it down. Now, okay. So
God, what's going on now with this concert?
I know. Well, here's the thing. So Chris Brown, I don't know if you guys remember, some years back, his housekeeper sued him.
No, I don't remember that.
She has filed she won the suit. So she has a judgment. So she has placed it against his tour.
Oh shit.
So now he's kind of fighting that and
that's crazy.
Rocking the mic.
Oh, God.
And that's the thing. Don't try to do your best. Don't let somebody ever get a judgment against you. Work it out. Because they can slap that judgment at any time they want. On what they want.
So what she did is she waited till that man went back out on cut. That's so trifling. Well, hopefully whatever the punitive damages were, it ain't gonna be nothing, no slack, because judgments do have a dollar amount attached to it. So.
Right, yeah.
So it's not like she could get any more than what the judgment was for.
Yeah, I think the judgment was for some millions. I'm like, damn.
Millions? What?
How these people be suing for like...
Girl, I'm in the wrong business. I need to learn how to sue folk.
And speaking of, so Cameron and now I wouldn't say Cardi B.
Oh.
But her team, okay, have been having some beef. They reached out to Cam a while back, asked him to jump on a track with Cardi. Okay. So the agreement was an exchange. So they didn't have dollar amount on the exchange.
Right, they had
she would do a interview on his show. Okay. Well, the interview never happened, but the song was never released. But as far as Cam is saying, he spent his time. Y'all asked. We had an agreement. So he now wants money for
the interview not happening.
Or the song not being released. Jumping on the track. For his time of going through the studio recording and all that stuff. Which I could understand that.
I can see that. I don't think anything
it ain't his fault y'all didn't release the track.
Yeah.
And you could have still just came and did your interview.
But the question, well, yeah, she should have just went and did the interview, whether or not she decided to release the track or not, because at the end of the day, maybe she was like, okay, it didn't come out like I thought it was. That could be a reason why she didn't release it, or it doesn't fit with this particular album, or I'm going to hold it for some. Like, there could be many reasons why she didn't release it, but I do feel like she should have held up her end of the bargain and did the interview. Like, why are you not doing the interview, Cardi?
So Cam is being nice as far as to Cardi about it.
Okay.
Saying that she probably don't know. It's probably just her team.
Well, it's and the way they're now. Moving. Clear it up, girl. Clear it up. You want to clear up everything else?
So Cam now has dirt. Pulling a 50 on us. Cam. He has dirt. Some juicy dirt too, because he leaked a little bit of it.
Look, nobody can do dirt like 50, okay?
He has some dirt on sexual preferences that some of her team like.
Her team?
The team that's been messing him around, lying and all that stuff. And so he's saying, give me my money or I'm dropping this release.
Okay, this is just getting to be too much. You are being so
and
shady
all I know
right
is
now,
that
Cam.
Somebody was on Forbes and he got some footage of what was happening.
All I can
forward.
say is, Cam, you are being so shady right now. So shady. You are definitely pulling a 50.
I listen.
Oh my God.
You know I gotta take up for the fam.
Oh
Y'all
my
give
God.
my fam his money, and he won't drop who was on Forrest, and it wasn't a puppy.
Look, oh my God. I can't. Any other celebrity news?
I don't have anything else because it's just too much going on out
So
there.
I'm going to end on a high note with our celebrity news. So y'all know A Different World, the reboot, is coming out on Netflix on September 24th.
Okay, I like it, but I don't. Because isn't Whitley old looking now?
She is. She definitely is.
Is
but
she still gonna be
Jasmine God don't come for me, girl. I mean, she looking a little seasoned. She is. But what I was gonna say is that the theme song is being redone by Brandy.
Oh, nice.
And I heard
y'all
it
know
today,
we love the Brandy.
And it sounds so good. I mean, it's definitely a different flavor, but it sounds good. So I'm super excited for that to come out. I definitely will be tuning in September 24th on Netflix. Different World, new chapter. Here we come.
All right. And Dwayne Wayne, he's on.
Yeah, they're basically the whole cast.
Okay, I'm excited about that. I want to check it out.
So Dawn Lewis, she came back. Jasmine Guy, Hadeen Cardison.
We just gotta watch it, Shantae.
Oh yeah, they all came back.
Okay, we're gonna check it out.
All right. So we're gonna jump on into our topic tonight. So, if you have zero movement
and want all this shit done,
how do you expect to have forward movement? That is my question.
You have zero movement. I feel like you get zero results.
So
Am I right?
You're not moving
zero
forward.
plus zero.
0 plus 0 is 0.
Or minus 0. Or
the reason why,
however you drop them zeros in there.
I was thinking about this topic earlier because in producing my show, and Nia has, several businesses that she works hard at every day. I always think about the people saying to us, "Oh, you seem like you got so much going on, da 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 da. Oh, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but their stuff is like never manifesting, right?" And I just say to myself, like I always tell, individuals, hey, if you want to do something, if you want to be somebody, you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. I'm doing a sister act over here. But you have to have a plan, right? And you can't just have a plan, but you got to be able to execute that plan, right? So even if so sometimes your plan has to have a plan.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like let's say you need money, right? You need money to get whatever you need to get started. He's like, okay, so I need money. Well, how do I get to the money? So that's like a whole plan just to get to the money.
That's true.
Just so that you can start what you're doing. So then you say, okay, I got this way to get money, this way to get money, this way to get money. Okay, these two require somebody else to be involved. So I can only really do this one without having somebody else involved with this other two pieces. So, okay, if I can only do this one thing, okay, what's it going to require for me to do this one thing to get this set of money? You know what I mean?
Right.
So sometimes your plan has to have a plan.
That's very true.
And then you can't stop. Like, just because you have an obstacle or just because it's hard or just because you don't feel like it, I mean, you gotta get out there and you just gotta keep going because it's not gonna happen if you don't continuously have movement.
Yeah, you have to have movement. You have to do some research. You have to, look, do research. Talk to people. You have to be doing something. I do run into a lot of people that say, oh my God, how do you wear so many hats? How do you do all you do? I'm constantly moving, constantly looking at podcasts, shows.
Talking to people who are already doing it.
Yeah, like
getting yourself involved.
Having mentors. I have mentors. I have a
Several,
couple.
right.
A couple. And having, I'm strategic about my mentors. I have, mentors that started from the bottom, now we're here type people. So they're going to be honest with me and they're going to tell me. And
somebody who didn't inherit it, but
they lead by example, Um,
the other thing that I think is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Like, there's nothing wrong with having like your friends and stuff like that, but in business, you still want to have a community of people who are kind of doing similar things, because one person's thought process may spark something that maybe you haven't thought about. I typically will have a mixture of like-minded people. Like, I would want somebody who's like on my same level, because they can feel the struggle right alongside me. I also like to have people that's a little bit further than me, because they're going to be able to tell me stuff that maybe I didn't know, and they might be able to share some insight and wisdom. And then you got the people that's kind of way up there that may not have time for you to just sit down with them all the time, but when they do, they're going to give you some feedback that nobody else can give you. And you might only get that once every couple of months, but it's still important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then we have a lot of free resources out here that people can use. Very, very, first of all, I have a relationship with my bank. I'm not just a number that walks through the door. When I walk in, they say, "Hi, Miss Lazard." I have a relationship with them. I have pretty much one banker that I deal with, and that's who I make my appointments with. And I sit down. I mean, this is all free service because I bank there,
Yeah.
I sit down with the banker and I say, "This is what I'm thinking."
Yeah.
And I want to, you can even ask them about, like, "Hey, I'm thinking this, I have this much equity in my house. I have a CD that's worth this. I have this. This is what I want.
This is what I'm trying to do.
What do you think?" And not that their word is all in all, but these are professional people that do this
all the time.
All the time. And they can look at your credit. They can look at different things and tell you
and
where you need to be.
And not only that, they're gonna give you suggestions about, like, if you're not all the way there yet,
right, how to get there.
It's not like, I always tell people like this: if that person can do it, you can do it. There's no difference between the next person who's already done it and you, except for time, energy, and effort. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. And just know, like, one thing I always say is your mind has to always constantly be on that. Like, you can't let your mind get sidetracked. So even if you got like a regular 9 to 5 job, right? Like most of us do, as we're first trying to build our businesses before we completely go, in that direction, your mind still has to always be on, how do I make my business go forward? And every single day you should be doing something with that business. Every day. Like, you shouldn't. How many days a week do you go without thinking about your 2 businesses? Is there a day that you never think about the business?
No, there's no days. There's no days.
There's no days that go by without thinking about.
I mean, even when I owned a magazine, I was researching other magazines because I needed to know, like, what do people like to read? What do people this? What do people that? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I go out, even with my job. Now, my job, because I want to be as successful as I can be. So I don't just know my product. I know other people's product as well. And on top of that, I go out and I talk to, my job has a bunch of different sides of things, So I go out and I talk to all parties, I mean, I go in locations and talk to
The competition.
Competition, other people, everybody involved. Because there's a lot of moving steps, and you got to know not just what you like, but what other people like. Even if you're writing a book, not just what you like to read, but what the readers out there, like what kind of books they're looking for.
I can tell you, I've done surveys to say, okay, where do you watch your shows? Would you, if you saw a new show, would you be more prone to watch it on this channel, this channel, this channel? What channels do you watch most frequently? What do you watch when you're watching that? Like, I've done very in-depth surveys to try to, get as much information as I can from a pool of people, just like every other company. But I will tell you, like, every single hour in the day, try to make the most of it. Every waking hour that you have, try to make the most of it.
Yeah, for sure. And no matter what kind of business you're doing, even if it's being a consultant, being a coach, being a life coach, writing a book, whatever, know your audience. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you, when I did have my magazine for many years, there was all of a sudden a shift. And Shantae and I, we worked together. I thought we were being hacked in, what was it, Russia?
Yeah.
In Russia.
But people was just looking at it.
And I didn't even know that was my audience. And I'm talking hundreds of thousands of people. I had no idea. I'm like, oh my God, I'm being hacked. And that was my biggest readership. And the people in Russia, they wanted to know what was going on
in America. They wanted to know. They wanted to know our love advice and our clothing tips and our makeup.
Yeah, I didn't even know my audience. My audience was Miami, Atlanta, New York.
At least we thought it was.
Right. I had no clue. No idea.
So those are just a couple of tips and tricks. But one thing I will say is, if you don't do anything, you won't have anything.
Yeah, because we do have people a lot that hear people say a lot, like, oh my God, yeah, I've been trying to start this bakery for 3 years.
Or whatever.
And it's just so stressful. It's so much. Okay, so what have you done?
Right.
With starting the bakery.
You can't wallow in what you don't have. You have to try to focus on the things that you have, that you can utilize and that you can make to the best of your ability. Like, if you don't got $100,000, okay, you can't worry about that. You got to worry about what you do have and what you can put up. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I started producing Beechwood Falls, it was never a question about, oh, because I had many people coming to me saying, oh, well, I can produce it for you for this, or I can do this for you, and I can do that for you. And, I would hear what they have to say. I would hear the numbers, and I would say, okay, well, I don't have that. And they was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, what are you sorry for? Why are you sorry that I don't have that? That just means I'm not going to use you. I'm okay with that. Right. You're not okay with that. I'm okay with where I am in my process. I think people have to be okay with where they are in their process and know that as long as they keep moving forward,
you can get to the finish line.
You can. Right. You don't got to have $1 million to get a company started. You just got to have the energy, effort, and time to keep it moving.
That's true. And that's a big one.
Yeah.
You start getting results as long as you got some movement.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I remember talking to this one of my mentors that already has a couple of movies out on Amazon Prime. And he was talking about how even after he puts the movie out, the type of promotions that he's still putting behind the movie. He was like, because the minute you stop putting the promotions behind it, you see a decline in your revenue. And I was like, oh yeah, I
can see that.
He was like, so you have to keep pushing it out there, even if the budget is not as large as it was in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You will gain momentum with notoriety and things like that, but you have to keep putting it out there because there's always going to be a new audience looking for what it is that you do. And
Very true.
And I was like, golly, I've thought about that, but I haven't thought about it in depth because I'm in the process of still making it. So I'm not to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me think about how I'm going to promote this after it's been out for 6 months. Like, I'm not there yet.
Right. And then, you know, whatever it is you're trying to do, write down people you know, use your resources.
Yeah.
You know, I is a huge liquor company all over the world. And I had a very, very good friend that owned that liquor company. So I called him one day and I said, hey, what would I do? How can I get, I ain't going to say what it is, but a big vodka brand. How can I get such and such on to advertise in my magazine? Because I really want them. Because I feel like once I get them, I could move around a little bit with getting other bigger companies. Well, you know what he said? Yeah. I'm glad you called me because I hold their advertising budget. What do you want? I'm going to buy the back cover. My good friend held the advertisement budget for this huge vodka.
So there you go.
But sometimes I would have never known if I didn't reach out.
So sometimes you just have to, you got to work your connections. And that's what, I mean, at the end of the day,
because you just never know.
What we're saying to you all out there, anybody who has a dream, anybody who wants something, and this doesn't just apply to business. This really applies to life. You want to get a house, put down a plan, make it happen. You want to lose some weight, put down a plan and execute. You want to start a business, put down a plan and execute. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a man, put down a plan, baby, and execute.
Well, guys, I'm going to give y'all a quick 2-minute tip.
Okay.
And you know, our 5-minute tip is supposed to be to save you some time, money, a headache, or something. But this is a great one. Listen, this week alone, okay, I have saved over $2,000 because, luckily, I always buy like a warranty, you know, pretty much on everything that I have. I had a flat tire for my $550 a piece tires. Thank God I bought the warranty because guess what? I didn't have to pay for a new tire. And lightning struck on my street and my refrigerator, which we know those things are very expensive these days.
Yes, we just had to buy one.
And I was on the phone with my cousin and I'm like, crap, my refrigerator. I thought maybe just the light was out after I did more investigating. I'm like, oh shit, the whole damn thing is blown. It's out or whatever. Well, guess what? I had a home warranty on all my appliances. So
yeah, and I think we had spoke about that one time before. So definitely make sure y'all check out all the things that you could get to save yourself some money, energy, effort, and time, because that's what we love to do.
Yeah, and sometimes these warranties, you know, just look into what warranty you're getting. Because I know some people say warranty companies could be a ripoff, whatever. Do a little research on what you're getting. But sometimes, like my home warranty that just saved me thousands of dollars on my refrigerator costs me less than Hulu. I can just drop Hulu in a month and...
Look at
well, it might be Hulu and a little something else. Drop that in a month and, you know...
And there you go. She got herself a home warranty.
And there you go. I saved and got my refrigerator fixed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, guys. So that's our time. We love y'all. Check us out every Wednesday at 9 p.m. on all the stations, YouTube, Facebook. And we will see you next week. Same time, same place. Peace.